Hey friends, it's Stephanie from Behind the Designs, and I am popping on today I'm going to show you some of my plan books. Some of my past ones, obviously I'm not going to flip through all of them, but I've chosen a few to show you for the topic today, how I use my plan books. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so I want to talk today about, and I say talk meaning I'm also going to show you my plan books, but I want to talk about how I use my plan books and journals to basically keep memories. They're not just to help you plan your schedule. Obviously, that's the primary function, at least of a plan book, but that's not the only thing. So let me see if I can make some room here. Just so I can work, I'm going to take this off because there's a page that I also want to show you. So when I talk about like the plan book, as you know, I'm talking about, the calendar, the weeks, the dailies. Again, this is my wide blank journal. It's totally blank. I had it in my stash. I set it up with my printables to be able to use it as a plan book because I was kind of testing out an idea. And then in here are my plan books that are mostly used for business. And this is my wide Eleanor from Planner Perfect. So when I talk about plan books, I'm talking about the plan books from Planner Perfect. It doesn't mean that you can't do this in a regular traveler's notebook calendar or agenda. This really transcends across all types of planners, journals, memory keeping, so forth. But I want to show you how I've done it. So what I'm going to do is, so this was yesterday. I have mostly filled it in. I have this spot open because I want to show you. Let's set this aside for a minute. So when we talk about creating memories, I mean, you're going to go out and create memories or whatever with family, friends, and so forth. But let's record those memories in our plan book. If you have lost, a close family member, caregiver, you know that memories are precious. You know this, intuitively we all know this, but sometimes we forget it. But if you have lost a significant family member, your mom, your dad, whoever you were closest with, or both, my apologies for your loss, but you will find that's when like the light bulb clicks that you want to make sure you preserve memories. So don't think that a plan book, because it has a calendar in it, can't hold memories. So to help me, I want to show you some of the things I use. Again, these are not all inclusive because, well, I have a whole craft room of things I can use, glitters, sequins, washies, markers, pens, tools, equipment, But I'm going to show you the few things that I use in my plan book. So, and again, not all inclusive, obviously, of my pens, but you get the point. Okay, so we have the first and foremost, if you want to create your memories in your plan books and journals, you need a way to print your photos. Now, it's totally up to you how you want to print them. For example, I have used this, which is, this is just a little case. So this is my Canon Ivy, and it uses a zinc photo paper. So that photo backing peels off and you can just stick it right down. So this is great if you want more of a true colored photo. I've used this. I also use, which I do not have out, is the Canon Selfie, because you can set up collages of sorts. So you can set up different, ways to orient pictures, put multiples on one printout. And, you know, usually it prints about a postcard size photo. So again, I don't have it out, but it's available. And then there's this new one, which is something I'm going to show you today because we're going to do this. This is, and I'll probably pronounce it wrong, it is Fomemo. All of these things, anything that I show you that I'm able to is linked either in the description box below, or you'll find it in my Amazon shop, which is also linked below. But this little guy, again, both of these work off of Bluetooth. And this one prints the photo, and then it prints it like, you know, the ticker tape where you rip it off. So I had to pre-print my photo because I use my phone to do the video, so I couldn't do both. So I already pre-printed it, but it basically prints off this. So it's like a little ticker tape almost, sort of, you know, register tape where you rip it. It's always going to be black and white. These do color, this will do black and white. And it gives you kind of almost, what was that? I can't think, Instamax or something like that. That camera, it gave you like a 2x3, I think. And that was a color photo. So it's kind of the same idea. The difference is that will only do black and white, but it fits perfectly into the faux fur bags that Planner Perfect offers. So I showed you the bag. If you're going to head out and you want to do a little bit of memory keeping, you can throw this in your purse. You can even throw this in your purse or in that bag. It will fit and you're good to go. I do have this little photo cutter or paper cutter. I always have trouble getting it open. There we go. It's just a slide cutter, nothing fancy. If I wanted to trim this down, I could use this. Most of the times I just use scissors. Let's see. But see, it's just a clean cut. There you go. Let's do that because we are going to put this one in this book. And I'll kind of describe it because, again, they aren't perfectly clear photos. They're not meant to be. But they are perfect for adding into your planner. I am just lining this up because I am cutting it down as small as I can get it. Okay. And then we're going to go back into that page and we're going to get this in there. But in the last 2 days, or 3 days, I think, I had done 2 blog posts for fall. And those blog posts are up live. And so what I did, I thought it'd be fun to do, is print off the photo of the main photo from the blog post, just to put it in. Again, it's just a memory. Memories don't have to be something that you went and did or someplace you went. They could be anything. We have a stray cat. I think he's stray. I don't know. He comes up on the porch to eat, and he came last night. I could have easily printed that picture as well because I did grab one off our camera, and but I didn't. I just kind of wrote about him here. So there's numerous opportunities. You just have to look for the moment, I guess I should say. So this here, again, me and my books, again, I'm using wide. I'm still getting used to it. You don't have to fill a page up. Don't feel like you have to fill a page to make it be beautiful or worthy. I know some of the people in Traveler's Notebook community will get hung up on, you know, pages that are half blank or whatnot. I'm just trying to stress to you to try and let that go. because when you do, then you start finding what it is you want to put into your plan book. So all I'm going to do is put this one right here. And again, notice how it just sticks right down. Then what I did from the day before, I wrote one the day before. And you can see here I did on 9/11, I did just a little sketch of the towers, you know, that type of stuff. Don't make your plan book just plans, like, you know, make it your own. So I'm going to take this Sarasa pen, and I am going to just give this a bit of a border like I did down here, just a rough border, like no care if it's straight or not, doesn't bother me. So it's as simple as that. Now I have a picture of the blog post that I put up, and you know, it's in the area that it belongs and so forth. So this is one of the pages. Like, there are so many different ways you can do this. I'm going to show you a few in my past plan books. Let me also show you. So remember I said when I created this plan book that I had saved so many pages in the back because I'm structuring it the way I want to use it, which kind of gives me more pages in the back. Well, I came up with my first reason or way in which I wanted to use these back pages. So the last daily ends here. So all of these pages are mine to use. And of course, the very back page will be a month in review. But I thought that this was fun to set up my autumn decor plans for this year. So I have had some things stored. I refresh some things each year. Sometimes I do a theme, that kind of thing. So I thought it was fun to go through, pull the themes or things that I had planned on doing, which, by the way, here's the one fall tray. I have another tray coming. This is for outside on the front porch. This is for our entryway cabinet and bench, which I haven't done yet. But I just went through and I listed out what I had, what I was going to put there, and that keeps me on track for making sure I don't buy things I don't need or don't want. And then, of course, these will become the rest of the weeks. All right. Showing you some ways you can use your pages. Don't be afraid to improvise. Do what feels right for you. If you don't like to do dailies, don't use those pages for dailies. Use it as a memory keeper. Now, in the box, you can, you know, get a plan book and a journal, or you can just get the journal, or you can just get the plan book. I, at the moment, only have the journal coming because I wanted to just, again, test a theory. So this is what I've set up. I'm using this much the same way I've used all of them in the past. I do not have, so let me get a blank page here, just any blank page. I do not have this much to say, always. So, you know, the premise is you're supposed to do scripting. Scripting for me, I'm still working on. I call it my work in progress because I have not quite figured it out for me just yet. But what I do is a combination of that and to do memory keeping, random notes, that kind of thing. So I fill my page up with, I structure it much the same way. And then what I do afterward is I go back in and I fill in with stickers. So while it is pre-decorated, so for example here, I don't, which is, you know, this hasn't been completed yet, but I don't do anything else. I fill in whatever I'm going to do. Then I go back and put in the stickers to fill in the page. That's what makes it feel like you've completed the book. So here's that. Let me pull over. So to do your memory keepers or to do your plan books as memories as well, you know, make sure you have some kind of photo printer. The other thing you can do is you can print just on plain printer paper cut that photo out, use double-sided sticky tape or the tape roller and pop it in. You don't need necessarily a photo printer, but this has a sticky back and so does this. So if you just want to peel and stick, these are the way to go. With pictures you do on your computer, there will be less bulk, but you have to use the tape or roller tape to get it in the book. So this is another thing. And then of course, you know, a plethora of markers, pens, you know, have a ruler. Again, I have things always nearby, so I can do what I need to do. I do need to get some things I get duplicates of, like my highlighters, because I want to keep them in my pouch, but I also need to keep them at my desk. So here's some of the tools that I use. And then let's pull over the books. So these are no rhyme or reason, there's a variety of books here. I've got at least 4 books, and 3 of them are plan books. 1 was a journal. And I just want to show you, I've marked a few pages, what memory keeping can look like. Again, it doesn't have to be someplace you went or something you did with someone. So let me start with this one. I want to show you, this one I didn't mark because in November, you know, it's COVID 2020. In November of 2020, things kind of just, as you might say, hit the fan. So, you know, things just started happening and rolling, and I just needed to get that down. Okay, so I had to just make sure that, you know, I use my, like I said, I use my plan book for all the things, and I still use the journal. So sometimes I wrote things in here that I don't necessarily want to put out there. So one of them was this page. So this was just where I tucked in the photos from the Canon Ivy. And the reason I did that was because in November, my mother-in-law passed away. And then in December of that same year, my mother passed away. So it was, again, a very hard year. But this was a page I made for when my mother-in-law passed. Again, because of the paper, I did watercolor, I did lettering, I did, you know, I tucked in a Canon Ivy picture, a picture of her, and I love the page, and it's a memory. Whether good, bad, sad, or otherwise, it's still a memory that is in here. And so I wouldn't get rid of this plan book for that reason. I like to keep the memories in here. Don't shy away from using them as memory keepers. Okay, so there's that book. And then there was, do I know when this was from? 2021. I think I marked, I did, and then I lost it. Okay, so I lost the paper in there, and then in the meantime, I found another page I can show you. So again, plan books don't necessarily have to hold pictures, you know. So this was a page I did, you know, some stamping, some lettering, and that was it. It was a 2-page spread. This is marker, you know, and now it's just a memory. I know what this relates to. And then another one was this one. So again, stamping, a quote. I did this fun little sunflower in here. And, you know, write a better story, the washi tape for Planner Perfect. And so that's another way to mark memories. You could create a custom page. I am going to show you this one again. You have probably seen this. And the reason I'm showing is because it is a classic example of, so we went to a lavender festival. This picture is from this printer. And this picture is just a printout from the computer. I just printed it, cut it out, taped it in. Simple and easy. This one here, again, I've shown. I was just keeping some farmhouse colors that I liked and, you know, did my day. And then this I shown exactly the same way. I did not uncover the pictures because this was not my child. I did not want to put this out there because it's not my child to do that with. So this was a graduation party we went to, and you know, I just kind of popped in the pictures, which were a combination of basically ephemera from the party. Like this was in the cupcakes, and I just took off the toothpick, washi tape, stickers, and there's some writing behind here, and that was it. And now I have, you know, memory in this book. So I've shown you the different ways, you know, you don't have to have a photo printer if you don't want it. This was another book. So this one had nothing. Just, you know, regular old, like this was a note about my Happy Planner stuff, like how I want to just sell it because I'm done with it. This maybe I wrote too much down. Anyhow, you know, some washi tape, some stamps. I will say, getting small, you know, medium to small stamps, you really will love it. I used to do a lot of stamping in it, and now I'm just doing lettering and writing. So I'm going to bring that back, I think, into my books because I love it. So I don't know why I would have stopped doing it. In any case, this is just to show you how easy it is to make your plan books and your journals hold your memories. And more importantly, it's about the plan book. Meaning, if it's a plan book, just because it has your calendar, you know, put memories in there. This is the thing you're carrying with you every day. If there's a memory or a journal, like a short journal of some sort, or even like I did on some of those pages where I made a whole 2-page spread, a creative page, then by all means do that. Make your journals and your plan books put your own twist on them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So these are just some of the few tools that I use. But the reason, and that was one of the big reasons I went back to Happy Planner in the Traveler's Notebook system, was because in the disc system, the Happy Planner, creativity was defined as putting stickers down in a certain layout. And while that's nice, it wasn't resonating with me because it wasn't enough. It wasn't where I get to stretch my creativity and pull in whatever I can, embossing powders, you know, wax seals, this and that. If you do that with a Happy Planner, you're going to end up with, if this is a Happy Planner or disc system, it's probably not the best representation, but hopefully you'll get it. So all your discs are here, and what ends up happening is the planner sits like this all the time. The discs are pinching this side together, but then all your pages, your page fans out like this. And if you close it, it bows the planner. So it just got to the point where I couldn't be as creative as I wanted to. I'm still getting used to how I want to use this. So I kind of have limited, I think, what I've done creatively, but that's going to change, I think, come next year. I have been in this probably wholeheartedly now for at least 5 or so months now. And I don't see it ending because this is where it's at. I can manage my schedule, write all the things, journal all the things. I can make my pages creative as I want it. And that was important to me. Something that I wanted to get away from with the disc system. You can be creative. You can record your memories. But if you're someone who wants to just write, then those are perfect for you. But once you start adding elements to those disc pages, it gets super bulky. And then it never sits on the shelf correctly because it's fanned out. And again, if you've used the system, you know. So this is where I found that this is the system for me. And for example, let's say, 2030, I pull this book out, look at this gorgeous artwork. Like this transcends time. Unless you literally throw this in water and let it waste away in there, this is not going anywhere. And this is something that I can pass on to my daughter and, generations and generations. So it's not just a planning system, I think, is probably the short way of saying all that what I just said. It's not just a planning system. It's a memory keeping system. And oh, by the way, let me talk quickly about some updates to Planner Perfect that's coming. So in October, there are a ton of releases coming. Super excited about that. Jenny has also mentioned a mind mapping release that's coming. I'm excited about that. And she didn't say when, but I think I did a happy dance when I heard her say this. She said that she, at some point, she didn't say when, her artwork will come back to the box kit. So the sub box that we're getting, her artwork will come back. I believe it's to the sub box. Anyhow, I'm super excited because other than this one, let's put that one aside for a minute. All of these are her artwork. So yeah, I mean, I'm holding a masterpiece and it's now a memory keeper for my daughter and generations to come. Sure, my schedule's in there. Okay, what was her goals? What was her schedule that day? And it's kind of interesting to look back at that. But more importantly, there's little tidbits of memories hidden within the pages of my plan book. And I think that's fun. It's kind of like an expedition for her, right? So there is my long story short, or short story long, I should say, of why you should use your plan books and make them also as memory books. I'm not talking pull out all your scrapbooking supplies, because if you want to, you can. But I'm talking just simple, write it out memories, like print out a picture, cut it out, stick it in there, anything. If you saw a pretty bird, at the bird feeder you have, grab a photo of it, or be even more creative, sketch it out, water paint it in or watercolor it in, and then do a memory about it. I mean, there's just so many opportunities. I can talk about the Planner Perfect system till I'm blue in the face because I love it so much. So I'm not kidding when I say, I promote it because I love it. I have loved other systems in the past, and in those times I loved that system. But this is the system that at this stage of life and more, I'm sticking with this. So you're going to see a lot more, obviously, but my little books keep falling all over here. Let me see if that'll hold it. Okay, so long description and involvement of how I keep my plan books, but I'm hoping that you will also keep your plan books and start incorporating little memories. Put those little tidbits of information in there and save them for future generations. My disc pages, I throw them out. These, I have every single book that I've ever written in since I started this system way back in like 2017. So I have them all. So there you go. Like I said, I can keep talking. I'll shut up. I know that when I get excited or passionate about something, I just chat. So I will stop talking. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today on this somewhat sunny Saturday. And I hope I've inspired you to get creative in your plan book today. Make a memory. And if you like this video, I hope you hit that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, just be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the bell icon. And that's it for today.